All right, so today we're going to dive into a massive 12-hour Python course from Sharian's AI School. We're going to see if this thing is actually the right launchpad for your coding adventure.
I mean, a 12-hour tutorial? That can feel pretty overwhelming, right? But what's interesting here is that this course maps out a really clear journey from knowing absolutely nothing to actually creating real stuff. Okay, let's get into it.
You know, the course makes a really bold promise right out of the gate to take you from absolute zero to mastering pretty much everything you can do in Python. That's a huge claim, so let's see how they actually plan to pull it off.
So, your journey begins not by just hitting play and hoping for the best, but by breaking this whole programming marathon down into something you can actually handle. The course frames it all as a 15-day challenge, and they even give you a digital book to guide you section by section.
And this structure is honestly kind of brilliant. It turns what feels like a huge commitment into a series of small daily wins. It's all designed to keep you motivated and stop you from burning out, which, let's be honest, is super easy to do.
Okay, so let's talk about how the course actually teaches you the language itself. This is where it really shines, because it's great at taking these abstract, kind of floaty concepts and making them tangible using everyday examples. It just makes complex stuff feel simple.
Okay, check this out. Instead of explaining if-else statements with a bunch of confusing code, it uses this simple choice. What ice cream can you get based on the money your mom gives you? I mean, come on, that just immediately makes the whole concept click, right?
And of course, you're going to master all the absolute fundamentals. We're talking variables for holding your data, operators for doing the math, and all those core building blocks. You're building a really solid base before you move on to the more powerful tools.
So, once you've got those basics down, the course helps you start building out your toolkit. And this is where things get really fun, because you start getting the tools you need to solve actual real-world problems.
You'll learn how to use loops to automate all those repetitive tasks, like calculating a big sum or finding factors of a number. And then you'll learn about functions, which lets you write clean, reusable code so you're not typing the same thing over and over and over again.
Next up, you get introduced to data structures, and it all starts with lists. Just think of them as these super flexible containers that can hold anything, kind of like a shopping list where you can add stuff, remove stuff, or change your mind whenever you want. And then you learn about tuples. Now, these are a lot like lists, but with one key difference. Once you create one, its contents are locked in. You can't change them. This makes your data way more safe and predictable inside your programs.
And this is just a perfect way to explain dictionaries. They let you store and grab data using a unique key, just like looking up a word in a real dictionary to find its definition. It's a super, super powerful concept for organizing information.
And here's the really crucial part. This course doesn't just teach you to write lines of code. It's actually trying to teach you how to think like a professional programmer, pushing you beyond the basics and into concepts that people use every day in their jobs. So it tackles these advanced topics like object-oriented programming, or OOP. Now, that sounds really complex and honestly kind of scary for a lot of beginners, but the course breaks it down with a beautiful, simple metaphor.
First, you learn that a class, it's just a blueprint. That's it. It's not the house itself, but it's the detailed plan for how to build the house.
And the object? Well, that's the actual thing you create from the blueprint. It's the building you made from those plans. This simple idea, blueprint and building, makes a core programming concept just instantly understandable. It just works.
So, the whole 12-hour journey, it all leads up to a final challenge. This is the point where you stop just following along with tutorials and you actually prove your new skills by building a complete application all on your own.
And your final project is no joke. You're going to build a complete banking system. This means you've got to bring together every single thing you've learned, from variables and loops to functions and OOP, to make this thing work.
And this slide just illustrates it perfectly. Even a big, complex project is really just a series of smaller, manageable steps, and each of these steps uses skills that you've already been trained to handle throughout the course. This is the final exam.
By the time you actually finish this project, you've really transformed. You're no longer just a learner who's following instructions. You've become a builder, someone who's capable of designing and creating their own functional programs.
So if you're looking for a really structured, in-depth, project-based way to go from absolute zero to being proficient in Python, this course pretty much lays out the entire map for you. So the only question left is, are you ready to start building?